Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. I'm Glazer of the Snap Judgments podcast, the official Marvel Snap Zone podcast. Today, we're going to take a look at two really cool new decks. One from WWLos, who's now going by, I believe, W, and one Pool 3 or Series 3 only deck because it's been a while since we shared one of those. And I thought you could really use one if you're still working on your collection and want something that you can climb with or play in Conquest mode. We're going to start momentarily, but first, if you would do me the favor, subscribe, like to let the YouTube algorithm know to share this out. Really would appreciate the support. Thanks so much. In addition, if you check the Marvel Snap Zone YouTube, you can find our latest episode of the podcast. It's over 2 hours with the great Molt, with the world famous Bootman, and with the always interesting Brad Safir. So check that out at the Marvel Snap Zone YouTube. Link will be in the description below. All right, let's start talking about Los Bounce. This deck has the same basic shell as all the bounce decks we've been talking about. It almost doesn't matter what bounce deck I play lately. I don't think bounce is even like necessarily better than the lockjaw decks. I think I'm just better with them. Although that lockjaw deck we shared yesterday is getting so many infinite tickets right now in everyone's hands. Just like if you go to Twitter, you can just find person after person getting infinite tickets with it. Doug Pie got to like everybody. So make sure you check that deck out. But I am personally better and more entertained by Bounce, and Los is doing really cool, innovative things with Bounce consistently. So this deck is like the best counter for Bounce right now. It is like the anti-bounce bounce, and it also has the added benefit of because of Spider Ham being really good into a lot of other decks because of Spider Ham because of Valkyrie. But okay, so the real anti-bounce tech cards are the three right after Kitty. If you can tell where they're going to drop their Kitty and not have priority, Elektra can snipe her. You'll have your Kitty safe. Other Kitty decks don't have an answer to your Kitty, while you can snipe them. Spider Ham usually makes their Iron Man or Shang-Chi useless, and then if Spider Ham doesn't do it, Iceman messes up the cost curve of these cards, and it's so important for them to play on curve. Now, without Falcon, you're only going to be able to get these off once, maybe twice, but once, maybe twice is more than enough because of their power. And as you're playing these cards over and over again, you have the usual package of cards that benefits from that. Your Angela, Hitmonkey, and Bishop. These are amplified by Mysterio, which is great for Hitmonkey, Kitty, which is great for Bishop, Angela, and Hitmonkey as well. Nice and simple, right? The other really cool twist to this deck is Valkyrie. Longtime viewers, hey folks, thanks for the support. No, Valkyrie is one of my very favorite cards of the game. It is Chef's Kiss, a beautiful, powerful card. Um, Being able to bring something big down to 3 is huge. And with Spider Ham, Valkyrie gets extra value. There's a lot of those big things that like are ongoings that Valkyrie doesn't really want to hit. Spider Ham takes care of your Devil Dinos, your Hulks that get that extra power. Sometimes your opponent will have no choice, so they'll drop them late, knowing that like, well, Hulk is still 12 power, right? Um, and it'll keep the ongoing when it gets hammed, right? Like it'll keep any energy soaked before you played ham. Valkyrie does not care. Valkyrie will shut that right down. And because of the other power in this deck, because you have Kitty Pryde, because you're able to gain extra power with Angela or Bishop, you can add benefit to that on your side of the board. You still get to gain power while they're getting everything chucked down. In addition, Valkyrie works very similar to Bast here. Your Elektra is a 1, your Spider Ham is a 1, your Iceman is a 2, right? So your your Mysterio clones without Bast are zeros. Valkyrie takes these cards up to 3 power. It's like not only great to shut down their big thing, but it's great to give an extra bonus to your smaller. Tell you straight up, I badly, badly, badly want Bast in this deck. I cannot figure out space because the disruption of Elektra, along with the disruption of Spider-Ham and Iceman, are so key to this exact version. I think this does make it slightly, could make it slightly worse. Not does, make it slightly worse against Lockjaw. because they can go big in so many places. But hey, having Valkyrie and Shang helps that too. Because they go big, they drop, let's say they're going huge, right? They get a Giganto in one lane and a Hulk in another. One is Shanged, one is Valkyried, or just even that Thor, right? One is Shanged, one is Valkyried. Have a great day, opponent. Goodbye. You're winning that game. This deck is super cool. It has apparently started a bromance between Den and W. So, like, we love to see it. We love to see two of our favorite people in the community getting along and sharing amazing deck builds. I can't wait to see. Keep your eyes here because I'm telling you, if they collaborate on anything, the deck is going to be sick and it's going to end up here. Okay, that's it for this deck. We are next going to look at Series 3 Reveal. Fundamentally, I haven't done a like Series 3 only deck in so long, and I feel bad. I'm going to try and make that like a weekly feature where I just find a deck that I think is Series 3 that can compete. First and foremost, this deck is terrible if Ham is really heavy in your meta. If you're seeing a lot of Ham, like on Ladder or on Conquest, you probably don't want to play this. But if you're still early pull 3, there's a chance you're missing Ham. In addition, either Scorpion or Iceman becomes Ham if you personally. The other card that's maybe an ad is like Sunspot or Nebula. Sunspot you obviously have access to. Nebula you might or might not. I could see adding either of these to the deck. They're not like the keys, but they're nice. They're nice cards to be here. Okay. Your idea is that you're dropping early disruption with Iceman and Scorpion, or early power with Medusa. If you can get something reasonably on curve, you follow up with a storm to lock off a lane. On 4, you would really love to Wong. If you can Wong, Panther, Zola, you're adding a ton of power to 2 lanes, one of which is stormed, so your opponent can't access it. The other major play line is you go Wong and then White Tiger, and you drop Odin on top of that. Also, if you get Wong Panther and you don't have Zola, Wong Panther and Doom will fill up the board. Fundamentally, this is like the best deck in the game at filling up that storm location with a massive amount of power without you having to really commit anything there turn 4. As an added bonus, sometimes like when you're doing that Doom play or that White Tiger play, that Wong location can feel weak, right? Because you're gonna drop Odin on the last turn. Well, Medusa is gonna give you an extra 8 power in that lane that +3 your opponent's not expecting. They'll often count the 8 from Odin, but they're very rarely going to add the extra 3 from Medusa. So that's 11 power, and it's a great way to steal cubes. Every little bit of power here helps. Ironheart just adding a ton of power at the end of the game is really nice. Not the goal, but there are worse last turns in the game than Ironheart to add some power to other locations, and then Wolfsbane on that Wong to trigger multiple times. It's a fairly powerful play line. So those are the 2 decks for today. Hope you enjoyed them. If you found value, I'd appreciate the sub. I'd appreciate the like to let the YouTube algorithm know that we're doing good stuff here. Hopefully you agree. See you tomorrow for another Snap Take. OTA later. Peace.